Games Social released the 27 January 23 new announcement in the LVO 2023 that it's the Las Vegas Open, that it's a tournament in USA. And with this, it's brought a lot of news about different armies, different games that it's brewing, but one that I'm quite interested about are news related about the Seraphon, so much that it brings quite a lot of information. First of all, we can find that there has been released a new slan and new other models. The new slan, sincerely, I find it really quite awesome, and it's not as great as we can see about Lord Croak, but it's an amazing slan and a great renewal about the old slan that has quite a lot of year on itself. And we can find a lot from this because we can understand that it's a slan as a Shink attendant as it should be, and it's a albine one as Shink. So it means probably that will give some functions and interesting things about the new Battletome that will be released. I'm really quite curious about, and it's really quite intriguing to see such model. But it's not the slan that made me quite interested about, but all the other things. Still, you can see the details about the slan that are quite nice. You can see the themes and so on, and this slan it's mainly related about as it is in the way of having the Coalesced and not the Stellar one. So it's nice because you can see also the, I can say, realm terrain visual of what is about the slants. So not only the ones that are the terror one, but also the physical one technically. So it can be really quite interesting, and I like quite a lot. And then there has been brought new models about the Shinx with the knights related about the Shinx design with a new mount that is the Raptor. I really quite like this because are perfectly in theme like the Seraphon, but at the same time they could renew the theme about the dinosaurs, because this could be technically really quite easily a Gallimimus or a Stritzumimus from the dinosaur. Eventually, if you're interested about the dinosaurs and so on, I invite you to see my videos related about the book of Theropoda and Sauropoda, because could be interesting eventually to have some conversion about the Seraphon that can be quite handy, because there are really quite a lot of things to say. And so we can see that there are a lot of things that could be quite interesting to personalize such model, because they are perfectly suited to be the Shinx ones. And I hope, because we'll see quite soon another thing that is being released, that also another type of model will be released about, because we can find that if you scroll, we had the new Saurus Warriors. Sincerely, I still appreciate quite a lot, and I love the old ones, even if there are quite a lot of years on their own options, but I love them because I magnetize them, I use them a lot and so on, and I find them fantastic. So I love the old classical one. And I want to remember you that these are technically not completed the new Saurus, because there's been released with the Bloof Bowl also new Saurus Warriors eventually. You can modify them, for example, in Saurus Guard, because I find them quite useful to have something different eventually. Still, I love because there are some dynamic models and so on, and with a lot of nice features. They're a bit less, I can say, fairer compared to the ones that we're seeing in the Warhammer Fantasy, so the old ones, if you see about the sheets. Still, they maintain perfectly the style of the Seraphon, so I love such new ones. And because this, I hope that also the chivalry about the Saurus, so the ones on the Col One, the Nagaronte, will be changed with new models, because we're seeing the new chivalry about the Shinx, and I hope that also those mounts will be changed with new ones, because I always hated those mounts, and I hope that there will be something new, because they are worth the idea. So eventually you can think about having some idea about. Here we can find these that are the Starborn and Coalesced ones, and sincerely I love both the schemes, and they're really quite amazing, and they're perfectly suited for both of them. Sincerely, I hope that it will be released also a new, I can say, start collecting and so on about the Seraphon that has such models, so it will be saving a lot of money having the new models too, because it will be quite interesting, and there will be a lot of things to take notice, because we can find that there has been something that it made misunderstand me what will be the releasing, because if you see, I hoped that it was the order book, the Battletome, that was going to be released in spring, the one related about the Seraphon. Instead, it will be one of the one related about summer. And it's a bit of pity, this one, because I wanted to have sooner such type of Battletome. Still, it's something that I'm really curious to gain such new rules, such new models about the Seraphon. And if you think that the previous Battletome of the Seraphon has been seen, the releasing on only the Ziggurath that I made the videos about, eventually you can find them in the description, that it was the only new model about the Seraphon, official one, because then has been released much later, the one related about Lorcook with Belacor, with the Brookerian Belacor, that I'm going in the future to release also the review about. But still, this can be quite interesting if you think that there's been only the parts about the Underworld squads and the Blood Bowl squads for such models. Instead, here we can find a lot of new models going to come up, and I really love such thing because we can see a renewal and a perfect one about the Seraphon, so I'm quite glad about. Really, it's not something that I'm going to talk a lot about, because I think that the Seraphon are amazing and I like, but these are the only news that we know for now. Still, I hope that in the future there will be also new news about to talk, because I love the Seraphon. It's one of my main armies, my second army about when I started Warhammer Fantasy, because I played forever the Undead, but when I wanted to renew something, I made the Seraphon, that was the Lizarmen, because I love the style and the dinosaur, as you think I can understand of some of my videos about the Seraphon the styles. Still, they're really quite amazing, and if these are even the simple new things that are okay, but compared, I'm thinking what can be released, I think that there will be even more new models and a complete renewal of the gamma of the models of the Seraphon to see about. So I'm really quite intrigued about this, and so we have only to wait and see the many things, new ones that Games Workshop will bring about the Seraphon. Anyway, from Dino Mode, it's everything. I invite you to put a like on this video, to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell, and to comment this video if you are interested in something about this video or you want to suggest me some arguments for other videos. I hope to see you again to the next time.